All right, so, the thing about being an artist is you just do a lot of drugs and the lyrics come to you. Welcome back. All right. Penguin Pete. Oh, I don't have my cool black and white thing. Which one do I like more? That one or this one? This one, Defs. This one, Defs, yeah. We are live. Or what about the silver screen? No, that one will get annoying. That one will get annoying. Psychedelic. Dance party. Dance party. There we go. Bubbles. I'm still addicted to my new phone, by the way. I just love it. Yeah, I like this one. All right. We are live again. Woohoo! I want to close. No. I want to close that. Okay, there we go. Woohoo! We are back. Oh, I think I actually set it up here last time. Yes. I gotta get my piano going here. Yeah. James Wright, welcome to the chat, brother. Make sure you hit that like button on this stream, guys. We are back with another Pangburn AMA. Today, I'm announcing the new call-in show. So every Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time, I will be doing a rapid-fire call-in show where, let's start with the title of the show. The title of the show will be Test Your Skepticism. Test your skepticism. People can call in, people who think they are skeptical and it has led them to this conclusion and this positive claim that they believe to be true. This will be a show that they can call in and test their skepticism against my skepticism. See if we line up. If they have come to a belief in what is that I don't accept, then we will have some points of contention there. But the whole show will be a call-in show. There will be a number that people can actually call. I'm hoping that it will kind of open the door to people who don't interact much with YouTube, Facebook, and all these other platforms, and they just know how to dial a number, and so they can just dial the number and call in and talk to me about what they believe and why. And the show is meant to give people an example of what I believe to be a solid foundation in skepticism, and I think that will pay it forward. And I think sometimes people are going to call in and be like, yeah, like my spouse really wants me to believe in this cause, but I don't know why, but there's something about it that has me not believing in the truth of what's being claimed. It's open for any kind of calls that people who want to test their idea, test their hypothesis. Hit that like button, guys. When you get into the room, hit that like button. Hit that like button because you like the pain. And today I'll be bringing the pain every second of the day. Amanda, how's it going? Hit that like button, guys. Share this stream with anyone out there. Now, the thing I want to get from you guys today, what are some things you think people are going to bring up in the calls that come in? Hit me with that. Try to prep me a little bit. What are some things people are going to say? Well, here's my claim: Black Lives Matter. Okay, that'll probably be some. A lot of politics, a lot of faith-based belief systems. What else? Veganism. Veganism will be there. Michaela says there'll probably be a lot of trolls. Hey, even a troll can be saved by the power of skepticism. Trolling can be fun. If you're trolling too much, maybe you're addicted to it. And is trolling a good use of your time? It can be fun. It can be hilarious. Yeah, Amanda brings up a good point. The trolls aren't really the problem. It's bots. Bots can really screw up your channel. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Nobody ever loved me like she do. Oh, she do. Yeah, she does. A little Beatles for you. You guys know for these AMAs, I like to mix in a little bit of music. Yeah, what are some other topics you think are going to come my way? Flat Earth theory. What are, I mean, it should be called just like Flat Earth hypothesis, but a lot of the time, colloquially, we use theory differently than scientifically. Like even the title of my book might be The Pleasure to Drive Theory, just because it's colloquially understood as that. Anti-vaxxers, yeah, bring on the anti-vaxxers. COVID-19 is a hoax. People, someone's gonna clip that. Chambers says COVID-19 is a hoax. Ladies and gentlemen, COVID-19 is a virus. Oh, breaking news! Let's ask the artist. Well, you see, the thing about COVID-19 is you gotta smoke it, you know, you gotta smoke it, and it'll bring you to the proper conclusions about, you know, stuff about life. Simulations, Mandela effect, yes, all of this stuff that conspiracy theorists like to stir up shit, and then they tell their grandparents about it, and then the grandparents are like, oh, is this what we've discovered? And then they make their argument and they convince their grandparents, and then the grandparents start freaking out, and it plays into a negative impact on their well-being. Bad ideas need to be eradicated, folks. They're poisonous. They're infectious. Ooh, yeah. False memories, maybe our memories are our reality. Yeah, people will bring that too. They'll also, like, dreams. People are like, oh, yeah, Michaela says Matrix type stuff, yeah. Yep. So there'll be a lot of fallacies. A lot of people don't realize that there are good ways to think and bad ways to think and rules for thinking properly. And people don't want to adhere to those rules. They want to just say, oh, I just feel that this is correct. And that's as true to me as your science is to you. It's like, nah. If you're talking in the realms of your imagination, like imaginatory truth or metaphorical truth, okay. But that's tends to be not what people are thinking about when we talk about that. Oh, woo medicine. Yeah, I'm taking the holistic approach to my cancer treatment. Enjoy being dead. There is no holistic approach to your cancer treatment. There's the scientific approach. That's it. Bob Diablo says, Wu-Tang medicine? How about Poontang medicine? So test your skepticism. That's the new show. Planning on doing it every Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time. What else should I tell you? Yeah, basically the tagline for the show is going to be "Let's sort bullshit from reality." And I use that term lots when I talk, sorting bullshit from reality. That's what skepticism is. That's all it is. There's no extreme version of that. Just like there's no extreme version of the scientific method. It just is what that is. So skepticism, sorting bullshit from reality. There's no way away from it, folks. When it comes to understanding what is going on, there is no way around it. If you want to believe a statistic means something to you, just because you feel like it does, and you feel like there's something being missed here that is just hard to prove because it's hidden well by the government, it's like, that's not skepticism, that's cynicism. And I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of cynics calling in thinking that they're skeptics. But we'll sort them out. This will be a good show. If you have people on your social media who just spew a constant stream of conspiratorial poop, just send them to the link to my show and be like, test your ideas out here. Travis would be a good sounding board for that. So give them the links. It's a good thing for your family too. Like if you have a family member that's like just can't get their mind out of the cynical gutter when it comes to trying to figure out what's going on in the world, then invite them to call into the show. It's very easy. It'll just be a simple number they can dial on the phone. Hey, I have this idea about, and I will, and you guys know me. I'm all about engaging in good faith discourse, and that's what it's about. It's not about making people look bad or scoring points or creating zingers. It's just about promoting skepticism and showing people how skepticism works and how it can be applied to every damn thing we think or do, including your emotional knee-jerk reaction to things. It's like it is the cure-all thing that is always in this state of questioning, the potential to question, being on alert for any kind of irrationality that is working its way into your ideological foundation or your moral foundation. Kevin Lentini, is skepticism God? I mean, if you want to call it that. People tend to throw that God term around so much that sometimes people be like, yeah, you know what, guys? I think water is God. It's kind of like the mixing bowl for life when you think about it. Yeah. I get so excited thinking about, can you imagine if we, like the Hubble telescope took a picture of a planet that was just covered in liquid oceans, like Earth? That gets me going, man. Thinking of that, like, holy shit, we found liquid oceans. That would be, Nova X SK says, "Are you religious?" No. No. All of the gods that have ever been presented or claimed to exist and all this stuff, I look at the evidence that's being presented by the claim makers, and I don't see sufficient evidence to believe any of it. There's as much evidence for any gods as there is for Santa Claus. So I believe in the existence of gods as much as I believe in the existence of Santa Claus. And I will claim that gods do not exist the same way I will claim that Santa Claus does not exist. Kaizen says, would you be willing to have any other YouTubers or intellectuals on the call-in show? Would be sweet to see some collabs. Yeah, definitely. I think we could. I think there'll be room for that. I do think I can keep the show going quicker and get through more calls if it's just myself. But we'll see how things progress. I'm never absolutist with any rule outside of good faith. In discussion, skepticism, science is the answer for what is, and then we have, our subjective morality, moral systems to determine what ought to be. Even those are not even absolutists in the sense. It's just I don't see any way around them. Iron Charioteer, what up? Nova X says, "Wow, why so wow, Nova? You are so beautiful." To me. Yeah, so let's, I want to expose irrationality on this show live on the air. I want to show people how I think it's best to have conversations where, and I'm talking about the intellectual warm blanket movement that we're all in and that we're all a part of. You can engage in a passionate exchange with people without calling each other names. A few digs here and there is part of, or a little bit of hyperbole and comedy. It's all part of good faith intellectual discourse. Kaizen says, how do you feel about you hosting debates on the show and people can call in questions and people can call in with questions post debate? I prefer the live event model for that because there's a difference of being in the comfort of your own home or the comfort of your own studio and calling in, and I like to amp up the stakes of that for my live discussions, and of course I wouldn't host a debate, and I don't like debates. I prefer conversations as close as you can get to a couple of people having a conversation in their living room in front of a fireplace, warm, calm environment, fun environment. That's what I'm about. And COVID, the COVID scare will be over soon enough, and we'll be able to get the live events going again. If you guys haven't checked out my most recent production, it was Matt Delahunty versus Dinesh D'Souza on March 1st in New York City. That exists right here on this channel. Oh, and just a quick plug, you guys can become a Pangburn subscriber over at pang-burn.com/subscription. We need your support to keep doing what we're doing. YouTube pulled the rug out from under us with giving us a monetization ban for a month that we're going to reapply for on the 15th of this month, and hopefully we get the channel back and running. But it's kind of scary times in that sense. So if you can support us with becoming a subscriber, that would be great. YouTube.com, pang-burn.com/subscription. Alexander MB says, why YouTube? Do you mean, Alexander, do you mean YouTube for like the show, the new show? Thanks, Michaela. Iron Charioteer says, Would you take calls from furries? Oh, yeah. Video calls only. Amanda A says, does HARP create earthquakes? What? I haven't heard that one. I got a new show. I hope you call in. I hope you get your crazy uncle to call in. Oh, yeah. It's skepticism, yeah. Test your skepticism if you dare. I'm still working on the show jingle. Anyone who knows me knows that I just make up songs all the time. I'll just be walking down the street and I'll like see there is a stop sign. An Asian woman's crossing. Hit her for 15 points. Oh yeah. For our new Pangburn point system, this will be a good place to earn points as well to engage in the call-in show. Bring your bring your ideas. I want people to use the show as a test for their ideas. Things that you and I disagree on. This is a great time to go one-on-one with me on the phone, or calling in through StreamYard or whatever. Go one-on-one with me to challenge me on something I've said, and then we can engage in the war of ideas and see where we disagree and where I think your skepticism might be lacking, or you think my skepticism is failing me. But I'm sure we will get a lot of religious, God-believing callers, which will be a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with those conversations all the time. The presuppositional types will probably call in and be like, you presuppose many things about science, the thing that you determine, and then once they get to the end of their argument, they're like, and I know God's the answer. Well, you're presupposing that God is necessary in this model. You failed! Fallacy. Sweet fallacy. The key of F. The key of G. The key of G sharp. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be hearing from Darth Dawkins. Last time he called in, he wanted to talk to me about like evidence. He's like, so you think there is no evidence? Oh, I was getting a call. Sorry. Yeah, so you guys will see the live stream. I hope, first of all, please come join us on Discord. If you guys haven't joined us on Discord yet, it's on like almost every live stream. I don't think it's on this. Maybe Michaela can post a Discord invite link. But please join us on Discord. That's the best way to be in touch with me. And to get announcements, to be sure you get the announcements for our live streams. If you haven't hit the notification bell here on YouTube, please do. If you're more a Facebook person, join me on Facebook. I am on every platform. I'm at the Pangburn everywhere, so send me a friend request. Join me in this perpetual war of ideas, this ongoing war of ideas. There's our Discord link. Please join us on Discord. It's a place where we have voice chats all the time, text chats. It's under all of our own management, and it's a great place to engage and test out your ideas on the regular. You guys will see I will be posting the new I guess, AdMat, the new poster design and stuff for the new show. Please give it a share. Tell me what you think about it. Any feedback. And yeah, really appreciate it. Bal Diablo says, underwater oil pipeline leaks is the death blow to the climate and ecosystem. That will probably be a topic that people call in with. Make sure you hit that like button, folks. Really helps out the channel. What if I do... That just popped into my head. I just played a D minor chord and it just popped into my head. It happens. Michaela, a hand cam when you play piano. Yeah. The future. How about, Jumbly Jumble says, how about the modern proliferation of food poisoning claims against wealthy private homeowners? Yeah, that's a big one. Bruce Wilkie says, what up, Bruce? Bruce says, what do we do with Indigenous Peoples Day change? Oh. Is that like Columbus Day changing into Indigenous Peoples Day? Is that what's going on? And how far are we going to go back with that? Like, do we want to try to erase history and change all these days that have any connection to conquering land and winning war victories and things like that? Bruce Wilkie says it's the new term for Columbus Day and try to replace what is considered bigoted days. Yeah. Well, that would be a good topic for someone to call into the show about, yeah, it's this whole thing that people think that Indigenous people really, like in general, really think and care about this shit and it bothers them. I don't get that sense when I talk to Indigenous people. Like up in Canada, when I talk to First Nations people about, if anything, like what bothers them about society. A lot of it has to do with criticisms of like aspects of their culture that still exist, that keep their, what they would call their people from progressing in society. And cultural bugs that have, that have found their way into society, like binge drinking and all of this terrible shit that just leads to terrible levels of well-being in some of these areas. So yeah, erasing history because someone's pussy hurts over something that happened. No, it's the opposite of what we're supposed to be doing. You want to have a skeptical foundation built within yourself so that you can't be victimized by words or by aspects of history or by days of celebration. You don't have to live that way. And most people don't. It's just these radical, loud idiots that can't. They just want something to be angry at. They want something to snap at. Michaela Miller makes a great point. If your pussy hurts, you should see your gynecologist. Don't try to change the history in the day. There's a lot of different things that you can get out of like Remembrance Day. Like a lot of people celebrate or remember in their own way. And they might think about different aspects of war than you might think of. Did you ever think of that? Maybe there are aspects of Columbus Day that people are like, I'm glad we actually celebrate Columbus Day and look at this. It is partly a celebration of the land that we have today, the land that we've acquired, albeit this did come about through conquering and war and slaughter and things like that. Bruce Wilkie says Columbus Day is a big Italian American holiday in the Northeast. Interesting. Yeah, like what conquering generals, how far are we going to go back? How much do we want to erase? That's my question. If I was a leader of a country, if I was a leader of Canada, my message to everyone would be understand that each individual has their own experiences and in the own way that they experience what's going on around them. Don't seek to change and expose things because you find them offensive. Being offended by something is not a good reason to change those things. It actually is a good time to reflect and meditate on why you allow yourself to be offended by words or aspects of historical fact. You think you're doing something like getting it right, changing it for the greater good. Alexander MB says, wait, so people... this thing is annoying. Okay, there we go. Alexander says, wait, so some people can have different perspectives and it be okay? Whoa. Well, that's just earth-shattering. Yeah, you actually, and here's another thing about that, Alexander, that's great. You don't have to punch people when you don't like their ideas or they have ideas that you detest. You don't have to punch them. You don't have to assault them. You don't have to burn down buildings. You can engage in the war of ideas while sipping your hot cocoa or your hot coffee with a nice warm blanket around you. Or you can do the other thing and act like a radical animal and fling your monkey shit at people because you're offended. Or because you've been radicalized by some faith-based myth that has you feeling like all these people are feeling as though they are victimized. Yeah. Skepticism. Show me the way to get back home. Show me the way to get back home. Because I need someone to hold. Oh, I need someone, somebody to hold. Show me the way, yeah, to get back home. Jumbly Jumble says, I wrote a 10-page essay this morning about a recent interaction I had with an offended vegan. I'd be interested to read that, Jumbly. You should send me a copy. Oh, actually, hook us up with that, or actually, you should post it. thewarofideas.org. Post it in the battlefield. I would love to share that around. If you're cool sharing it. Bruce says veganism leads to brain disorders. Be warned. They gotta bring this on. Oh, I transposed. That's what's going on. Well, they gotta bring this over because they're vegan. Bruce says it's because they're vegan. Maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong. Bruce thinks he's right. Bruce thinks he's right. Yeah, you see, the thing about Bruce is that, if I look down like this, you guys can see my piano. You see, the thing about the piano is you just got to play it like this, you know? It's not hard. You just play it. You just play it. You don't think about it. You just play it. Like, see, that's music. That's its own song. There ain't no rules about it. You just play it. Just play it. Yeah, I'm excited for the new show, guys. Please, when we do get the link up, we're gonna have the link ready for the new live call-in show really early on Sunday. So if you guys can share it like it's hot, invite your theist friends, invite your vegan friends, invite all your friends to call in. I'm going to try and move those lines as quickly as possible and keep the lines open. I want to make it rapid fire. I want to get my brain going and have it on fire and deal with these things back and forth, back and forth. Thank you. Next caller. I want to try and get as many, deal with many instances as we can, which I'm excited. Aliens. There's another one. People are going to be calling about aliens. Do you think? I am skeptical. I know that government's hiding that alien life form in the bunker. There's been photos of it. It's on the other side of the moon. The dark side. There's a base up there. Yeah. I think some people are going to get a hard lesson that eyewitness testimony is actually a very poor bit of evidence to use to demonstrate a claim. Even though we do rely on it in the court of law, which is kind of scary, but we do use other things to attempt to confirm the claims of what the person is saying occurred. But yeah. Paul Diablo says, is killing humans for food immoral? Yes. Jumbly says, it never got as far as meat tastes good. Alexander says, meat is delicious. Takes only 3 words. Michaela Miller says, humans eating humans has demonstrably negative effects on human health. Yes, on both sides. Yeah. I'm going to save it for the show. Where are... Srijan Thakur says, where are the rebel bases? Yeah, where are they? Yeah, Bal Diablo, what makes it immoral, the act of eating it, is the health reasons. It's not a healthy thing for human beings to be eating from a well-being perspective. Psychological well-being, from a health perspective as well. Also, another thing, we evolved to use our, people get into the argument of, and this is one I love, and it's interesting. You go down the road of like, okay, is the act of eating meat immoral? And I've seen no demonstration of this to be the case. The act of eating meat, don't get that confused with other things. But yeah, again, if anyone wants to call in for the with veganism topics, please do encourage your vegans to call in. It's a fun one for me. I like it. It does, because veganism makes some really good claims and sound claims from a moral perspective, but the is gets in the way of what they think ought to be. So it's very interesting. And Saturday town hall claim will be eating meat is not immoral. That is the claim up for discussion for the town hall on Saturday, which will be at noon, I believe. Yeah. Sean Sullivan said, I see this is still a thing. Finals week for the first half semester and 8 more weeks until a week, and 8 more weeks until a week break, perhaps. I see this is still a thing. What does that mean, Sean? Lay it on me. 4 p.m. Pacific on Saturday. Some of these songs, it's been so long. Friday night, it was late, I was walking you home. We got down to the gate, and I was free. Of the night, we turned out right. Oh. There we go. Alexander says, here's a question. Who are we morally responsible to? Ourselves, all humans, all animals, Earth? So many possible answers from people. Well, my immoral foundation is based on maximizing well-being for myself and those around me, and that refers to human beings. And I think we can demonstrate how animals and our relationship with animals brings us a ton of well-being, not only from a dietary perspective, but pets and all these things. So we categorize all of these animals differently based on how they affect the well-being of humans. And I'm fine with that. When we're born as a social ape, we sign a moral contract with our fellow man based on our laws. And we have created some laws collectively that protect animals. Some animals, not mice and rats. We tend to want to poison them and exterminate them for good reason. They carry a lot of bad disease and grossness and stuff. Save the rats. Save. I gotta do it, George Carlin. Everyone's gotta save something these days. Everyone wants to save something. Save the bees. Save the trees. Save the whales. Save those snails. I love that. It's one of my favorite lines. From my 3 hill on Blueberry Hill, I found my thrill. where I found you. Those days are gone on Blueberry Hill. On Blueberry Hill, where I found you. Make sure you hit that like button on the stream, guys. This stream is to announce that there is a new show. There's a new show coming. Call-in shows will be Sundays, 2 p.m. Pacific time and 5 p.m. Eastern time. And the show is called Test Your Skepticism. Test your skepticism. Call in. Test your skepticism. This will be a show where you're going to send the link to your friends, family, people who you really want. They post crap all the time. They post crap. Crap. Tell them to call in, and I will engage with them. Maybe what they're posting is right, and you're crap. It could be a great discovery for us all. Maybe I got crap in my head. But this show is about to give is meant to give examples on what a solid foundation of skepticism looks like, skepticism in action, and how it applies, and how it must be used for everything we do, everything we think. It must always be active. Your solid foundation of skepticism. Don't let irrationality creep in and radicalize you. All of these things that skepticism does for us and allows us not to be hijacked, allows us not to be victimized. Because you'll never stop this thing, this part of human nature where people want to test their limits with that and try to victimize people. I'm going to victimize that person and call them a name. I'm going to victimize that person and I'm going to say something about their dad or their mom or their brother or their sister. Yeah, because I'm feeling angry. When you have a solid foundation of skepticism, you can sit there and take that in and nothing happens. You don't become offended. You can get constructive with it and say, yeah, I don't want to be engaging with you if you're just going to throw attacks out there. Because it's a waste of my time. It's like you don't have to, fuck you fucking asshole. No. Human beings can endow themselves with a solid foundation of skepticism and eliminate anyone's ability to victimize them in that way, ideologically, emotionally. It stretches from everything from kids not being able to be victimized and groomed by pedophiles to women who don't allow themselves to be victimized because they have a solid foundation of skepticism by an abusive husband, or men being abused by an abusive wife. Because skepticism steps in at the very early stages of these things. At the very instant of the first sign of it, it steps in and says, oh wait, hold on a sec, that's actually not okay with me. Is that something that's okay with you? And there's discovery, questioning, the answer, responses. It sounds simple, and it is. It's just people don't realize how dangerous it is to live with woo ideas of your truth and my truth. It actually leads to people actually being victimized. It's letting yourself it's not an avenue to well-being. An avenue to well-being is in skepticism, where it's just nothing will faze you emotionally, and that doesn't mean you can't experience things emotionally. I'm talking about the things that seek to make you unwell. Skepticism helps sort out what those things are. So this is why I wanted to do this new show and give people these examples. And we do it a lot in so many different ways with Pangburn, through the, engaging on the open mics and the town halls, and through all the live events I've produced, you can actually see examples when people's skepticism is failing them. So. Yeah, I haven't, sorry, I've been missing. Zero theory, yeah, there will be some good questions too, like how does your skepticism digest a question like this? Does humankind survive long enough to leave this planet and colonize the universe, or do we die here? Oh, of course. Humanity isn't going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Humanity will always survive in one shape or form. Even the cosmos dying a freeze death. Human beings can create their own little planetary atmospheres in which to survive. But I think at that point, human beings will have downloaded everything that we are into software form, and will exist on beams of light or radio waves, maybe in some dark matter way. I think it's inevitable that human beings. It's not going to be like what we see in Star Wars and things like that. No. It's going to be, and people might create those artistically, and those kind of existences, people might want to live in those, because once you once you become a matrix creator yourself, and everything your mind wills can be created, then you've kind of your reality is your playground. You can play with the laws of physics. You can play with whatever you want, really. So I think that's the future. Existing outside of our biological forms is it's very close around the corner, much closer than people, I think, really want to believe, because of the emotional knee-jerk reaction that comes from this place of naturalistic fallacy, where we think like, oh, I wouldn't want that. That's like living a fake life. People say the same thing about like when people get medicated for their depression or something, or receive any kind of necessary thing that necessary for them to be well. People will be like, well, you're not really living a real life if you're medicated. It's like, nope. Naturalistic fallacy is where that stems from. So yeah, definitely. Human beings aren't going anywhere. Because humans are so afraid of death, yeah. Death breeds a lot of irrationality. People who haven't dealt with the finiteness of them and their family and everything they've loved or cherished. The simple things of like, you're not going to get to listen to music anymore when you die. It's all over. You don't get that sensation anymore. You don't get to have sex anymore. But that's okay. It's the same way it was before you were born, right? It's like death anxiety and terror management. There are ways to look at death and discuss death that are completely fine. I find it to be quite amusing. Quite amusing and inspiring. Death is inspiring. It inspires people to get up off their ass and do something pleasurable, do something inspirational, pass on that inspiration, artistic and scientific inspiration. I love it. But death isn't necessary. It isn't necessary. It's just where biology is at. But human beings are not far off from copy pasting into software form, allowing a person to exist in a radio wave, just a piece of information in the cloud, creating their own cosmoses, starting from scratch, starting over, essentially doing what we imagined gods could do. Yeah. And some people may take a virtuous stance against that and say, well, I don't think I want to be a creator of beings. So they'll maybe just create art on a cosmological scale or a very tiny scale. No time. Maybe delete the element of time. So I'm just working on this one state of potential right now. One instance. One portrait. Maybe more people will get into painting at that point. Well, maybe I'll leave it at that. Yeah. Thank you guys for stopping by. Those of you who did, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. But don't only just subscribe, hit the notification bell, because YouTube will not show you any of our live streams if you don't hit the notification bell. Join us on Discord. You guys know where to find it. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I'm at the Pangburn everywhere. So please join me. I want to be friends with you guys. Also, another thing is there's big opportunity with Pangburn right now. We got a bunch of branches going to be opening up all around the world. And if you want to get involved, if you want to seize an amazing opportunity to work in the war of ideas and get involved with our future humanitarian efforts, anything like that, just send me an email, travis@pang-burn.com, or just hit me up on Discord. I want to work with you. I want to inspire you to make your mark on history. I want to inspire you to be a part of history and do some important things for humanity. And if you believe that skepticism really is the answer, and you believe in my philosophy, let art and science inspire, then I've definitely got a place for you in this war of ideas. So thank you guys very much. And as always, and please tune in to the first episode of the show on this Sunday. And again, it's 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Zero Therapy says drop link to Discord. It's actually in the chat if you scroll up. And it's also in the Discord link is in basically in the description of all of our videos. So you'll find it. If you can't find it, just send me a message on social media somewhere or Michaela, and we'll get you set up. But yeah, that's it for me for today, guys. We'll be back tomorrow with town halls. Tomorrow's topic. Well, you'll see tomorrow's topic on the schedules that I post on social media. I'll post it again on the YouTube community channel. But we will be live again tomorrow with town hall discussions. And as always, let art and science inspire.